Right then, this is a quick walk around video on a bit of a windy day, I'm afraid, again. This is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SR manual. Car's covered just 49,000 miles, a wonderful service history and in beautiful condition. Going to go around the car, finished in silver, black leather interior. Still a very, very striking looking car, these, in my personal opinion. Front of the car, nice and clean, lights and lenses are clear and intact, there's no cracks or condensation there. Bonnet, very, very clean indeed. Any stone chips will be minuscule. Near side, beautifully smooth in the panels, can't see any obvious car park indentations. This side front alloy, lovely. It's literally just been washed off, not even that, just wiped off really, and it's in beautiful condition. It's just got a natural gleam and crispness about the car. I used to say for some reason. Come around the back, again, very nice and clean. Come around to the offside, driver's side of the car. As with the near side, just mirror smooth down the panel work. Offside rear alloy, lovely. But it's a real credit to its owner because it's doing absolutely beautifully cared for this car. Even more so in some ways on the interior. It's coming to the back, absolutely cavernous boot, dual level floor. It's been kept in lovely condition. It's coming to the back now. Wide opening rear doors, loads of leg room. The front seats are set for me and I'm over 6 foot tall, so not cheating. Leatherwork, which normally on a family car could be very heavily marked, and yet this one has been kept absolutely beautifully. Passenger side front, set of original mats in the car. Passenger seat again in absolutely super condition. Finally on the front, door cut again, lovely and clean. Same with the footwell areas. Driver's seat for a car that's 10 years old, super condition. Inside the car now, engine's running as always, so the dashboard is illuminated during this section. Dashboard's in beautiful condition and absolutely stunning interior. Sat nav, as you can see, working exactly as it should. And just pop the car into reverse so you can see rear parking camera likewise, which complements the front and rear parking sensors. Carrying on down, it's just been kept in lovely condition. And that is the view you get as a driver in one of these Civics, absolutely stunning. The best dash design by a mile in my opinion. Engine's running, no warning lights, the only warning light you can see currently is for low fuel, which has just popped on. Pop down there, hopefully you can see, 49,270 miles recorded. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and locking wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda Civic 1.8 SR. The car's registered, I can read it, I can't read it, blind as a bat, there we go. LX14HXR, and mileage at the start of the road test is 49,212 miles. The reason we do these videos is very simple, it's just to show the car operating. We like to do it because like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in photographs or description, but when you get to see the car it can be an obvious fault that shows up, which can be really frustrating. Also done on part of the road test route that we take our customers on, and the hope is of course it'll be representative of what you'd feel if you went and test driving the car. So coming to the car, literally just arrived to us. It's been kept wonderfully well. Engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge is running as a third. It's exactly where it's meant to be. It's been on the road for nearly 2 hours, so clearly that's all working fine. The engines are another classic example of why Honda builds the best four-cylinder engines in the world. They are incredibly tough and reliable over huge mileages with just good regular maintenance. Cam chain driven, no cam belts to worry about, but more than that, they're just a lovely, lovely engine to use day in, day out. They're refined, they're economical, but when they do rev, they do it with a mechanical sophistication that Honda give you. They're absolute masters of this kind of thing, where you put your foot down, get lovely induction noise, but it never sort of gets strained. It's just a lovely unit. Engine then feeds into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch on the car, absolutely perfect. Bite point's exactly where it's meant to be. It's nice and smooth in operation. Gearbox, another classic Honda gearbox, brilliant. The gear lever, like most front-wheel drive cars, is actually joined to the gearbox by cables in this day and age. Unfortunately, that does mean that some manufacturers end up giving you a horribly lifeless, vague, notchy sort of gear change. What Honda give you is something you'd be convinced that the gear lever went straight into a gearbox underneath. That's how precise and tight the gear change is. It's a lovely gear change. It's one you enjoy using rather than having to use it. But all the gears engage with a kind of mechanical precision. It's beautifully done. Also worth pointing out, there's zero wear in it, because they just don't. They've done hundreds of thousands of miles and they still feel the same. They're incredibly robust. Just coming off the steering and chassis, always been my favourite part of the Civics. It's just so nicely done, because it manages to do two things which is very hard to achieve. It can be a comfortable family car to get you and your family from A to B smoothly as you possibly can. But for those who enjoy their driving, it's engaging, it's capable, it's really, really good to drive. The steering's nicely weighted, it's precise, it's accurate. It also tracks dead straight, by the way. There's no vibrations at this speed, or any speed up to the legal limit actually. And it all feels crisp and tight as well. And the chassis, smooth riding, no clonks, no rattles from underneath, all absolutely as solid as a rock. And brake pedal likewise is really good on the car. Absolutely no pulsing or vibrations coming back through the brake pedal, so all in fine order. And then we come inside. It's literally just arrived. It's not been cleaned, although in all honesty it hardly needs it. It's been kept beautifully. But what a lovely interior, beautifully put together, incredibly sort of solid, reliable, solid interiors, no squeaks, no rattles. The architecture of the dash I've always loved, and I readily admit, it is one of these where it's kind of almost like a Marmite interior, whether you like it or you don't. But I love it, and I think that's really good design, because it does polarize opinion. But it's not style over function, because everything is there to make it better for the driver. The most conventional part of the center stack here, with your sat nav and which obviously works perfectly, dual zone climate control systems. You can have different temperatures side to side. That pumps out lovely cold air, by the way. I checked that earlier. Heated seats again, working exactly as intended as well. All of the switch gear has that lovely high quality damped feel, really nice sort of tactile feel that Honda give you as well. They're designed to last a long time. But my favourite part's always been this two-tier design in front. So you've got this upper and lower deck. The upper deck is information you can look at most commonly or regularly as you're driving along. So there's a little pod up on the left-hand side there. So it's got various pieces of information you can configure yourself. But what I love is the fact that if you change radio stations, or let's say fan speed, you get a little display here, but a much bigger one then comes up onto the screen, so you're not sort of squinting to take that information in. But the speedo there, all by itself, white on black, digital readout, it's just genius, because I can look at the roads ahead, pedestrians, cars, whatever happens to be, but I can see my speed at the corner of my eye without taking my eyes off the road for a second. Absolute genius. And then down below that, you've got a more conventional pod of 3 dials, rev counter flanked by the temperature and fuel gauges. Then this lovely leather-bound steering wheel. Can't fault it. It drives absolutely beautifully.